All right, hang on. Let me get this straight. So there are 4 European spots in the league, and there's an extra spot for the winner of the cup. But if the winner of the cup has already qualified through the league, then that extra cup spot doesn't go to the 5th place team. So you lose a spot. But you must do. Hang on. One more time. Let's just go through this. I'm going to understand it, I promise.
Jarune, za tebe mi dijete diše, tu je važno samo jedno, nogomet i ništa više. Jarune.
Hey guys, I'm Aussie Villain and welcome back to The Impossible Dream with Jarun. It is a transfer special today, and we will not be doing it as a European side because despite the fact there is advertised 4 places in Europe in the league, there's a little asterisk here which I didn't see, which is it's depending on the winner of the cup. So what there actually is there are 3 places in the league, there's 1 place in the cup, and it's just backwards. It's backwards to how it would be normally done in leagues that I've played in typically. So, yeah, we'll remember that for next time. There are 3 places in the league for right now anyway. That'll obviously could change moving forward. And, yeah, so actually we were never even close to Europe, which is a little bit disappointing. But transfer special today. Let's not get hung up on negatives. We weren't expecting to be in Europe, so that's absolutely fine. Now, we do have, let's have a look here what we've got to spend. We are a little bit in debt right now. That should come around a little bit with end of season or off season sponsorships and things that start to come in. We've got 105 grand to spend, which is okay. We only get 5% of any money that we make. We've got about 5 grand a week to spend on wages as well. Actually, can we? No, we can't make a board request right now. So yeah, that is just kind of, I guess, what it is. We can't complain about it too much. It's not enough to get Filet in though right now, so that could become a problem, given that he won Player of the Year in the league, not just at our club, but at the league. He's going to be difficult to get for less than 130, 140, whatever the fee is we have in the loan deal. So yeah, there's not much we can do, as I've said. Now let's have a look at what we know is happening already. And if we go to transfers and ins, and we know that Luka Rasic is joining us as defender. So he should be a good signing for us, I think. So that's one. Obviously, we had 2 loanees at the back, so that's sort of one of those 2 slots filled. And the other one, Roivas, we know was on loan with us and is joining us permanently. So that's what we know is happening. You can see we're just in the middle of rejigging all the staff, getting the best staff we can in at the club. So that's neither here nor there. There's no one spectacular. It's just minor upgrades, to be honest. So yeah, that's where we stand coming into things. It is June 1st, so we've got about a month and a half before the season starts, and yeah, well, let's see what we can do. All right, we are at July 1st, which means sort of contracts are expired, loans end, all that kind of stuff. So Roivas has officially joined us. He is now a Jarun player. A little bit of value there as well. Could we just sell him straight on, I wonder, for 100 grand? That'd be nice, wouldn't it? Now, one player that has left is Bosenic. A decent enough player. He was unhappy because basically I said he was a first team player and then loaned in all those defenders from Dinamo, so we never played. So we got 10 grand for him, better than nothing. So that has happened. And the other thing that's happened is Tadic has officially retired. Yeah, I mean, he's not a coach or an assistant manager or even a commentator. I would say go and enjoy your retirement, Josip, because I don't think you have a future in football. But yeah, this is where it's going to get interesting now. Now, we haven't got the money to keep Filet, which is a big shame. But even with the sale of percentage, because we can only keep 5%, 106, we're short like 20, 30 grand. So big shame, but it's all right. Maybe we can get him back on loan again. Maybe we'll find somebody better. Who knows? But this is where the transfer window, we've got about 3 weeks till the season starts. So yeah, now we can kind of really start and do stuff that players are freed up, basically. Look, Istra, obviously I want to sign Filet from you, but you're going to have to help me out with this fee. Mate, we're a small team. I can't afford that. Okay. Yeah, no, that sounds really good, actually. We can do that. Brilliant. All right, put him on. Hey, Elias, mate. All right, that's sorted. Let's get this contract nailed down, shall we? No? What do you mean, no? So there we go. This is really, really disappointing. We had agreed a fee, 75 grand up front, and then 50 grand for 50 goals games, and 60 if we qualify for the Europa League. Istra went for that. And yeah, Elias Filet didn't. So we've got, for the second season, it's like Boskovic all over again, isn't it? A really, really good player who makes us better, was brilliant for us. We made him as well. Let's not forget, he was Player of the Year with us. He's on £120 a week right now with them. You get add a 1 in front of it. You know, he could have what he wants, essentially. and he's not even gonna negotiate. Surely he would negotiate with us, wouldn't he? Like I don't understand. Anyway, there's not much we can do about it, is there? All right, well, we did get somebody back on loan. Marko Zebic is back on loan for another year. He's 18. Well, we know what he's about. It's a promising centre-back. Again, we're not paying anything. We did promise to play him as a wide centre-back. I'm not completely against doing that. Ideally, I wouldn't have liked... I tried to take it out of the deal, but it had to be there. So, we'll see. I don't want him getting recalled, so we might experiment with some wide centre-backs this season, perhaps. But that's good. That's a bit of defensive strength back for us, and I thought he was very good for us last season as well. We have breaking news out of Croatia this evening as Jarun announced the signing of 23-year-old Croatian defender Ante Kazina, with manager Aussie Villain about to address the press. Whoa, everybody, calm down. Whoa, this is the squad depth signing at absolute best. We had no need for this press conference, no need for the press to show up. I wasn't expecting the guy's mother to show up, to be honest. So we have made a signing, and as I said, nothing to get too excited about. $9,000, we've signed Ante Kazina. Now this is from a sort of lower league, semi-pro Croatian team. Now, as I said, $9,000 is the fee. We're paying him £550 a week. He's going to be a squad player. You can see there's a bit of potential. He might amount to something more. We have a very quick look at him, and well, we can see him here. He's solid. There's nothing more than that. I would just say he's solid. The reason that I've signed him when we have other older guys that could do this role is that there's no real weakness there. We've got guys that are good but have bad positioning, or have good positioning but are not good anywhere else, and he kind of covers everything. And also the age, he's 23, he's younger. There is a chance he could still improve a little bit, and yeah, so we'll kind of see where we go from there. Now, his career to date, as with all Croatian players, as we know, came through at Dinamo Zagreb, spent a couple of years playing in the lower non-playable leagues, and well, now we give him a chance to step back up to the top level where he has never played before. So what could go wrong? All right, we have a signing, and this one solves a bit of a problem that we had, and that is goalkeeper. So Alexa? Okay. Alexa Torovic. We're going to get to ask Alexa all sorts of questions, which is great. And yeah, well, maybe tactics. I'm looking forward to this. But anyway, we've got them on loan from Rijeka, a 21-year-old Serbian goalkeeper. Now, we did have to pay a little bit. His wages, basically, which is it's £500 a week. We have to play him as a sweeper keeper, which is what we were going to do anyway. Let's have a quick look at him, and well, there we go. He's fairly solid. The one maybe issue I have is the first touch. Not great, but we'll see how we get on with that. Good agility though, good positioning, relatively speaking, and yeah, you can see there potentially, you know, quite good as well. So hasn't played too much in his career to date. A little bit in Serbia. He went off to Rijeka on a free. Has played one game for them, and we're going to hopefully give him a season to prove himself. And if he does that, there's no option for us to buy him. But well, we need to find a permanent goalkeeper, and well, he'll be here for this season. And if he gets the job done, then maybe he'll be our man moving forward. All right, we are now at game day of the opening game of the season, and well, quick recap of what we have so far, and yeah, then I'll go through the future plans. Now, the one player, I'm not sure if I mentioned this or not, but Kavar has left. He was unhappy. I mean, he's a decent enough squad player, but he was unhappy, and don't annoy me, especially when you're a squad player. So yeah, he's gone. So that's just a little bit more wages off the budget, which is absolutely fine. So let's have a quick review of what we have to start the season. And as ever, a reminder, the window is not closed. We still have 95 grand to spend, so we're not by any means done for the window. So goalkeeper, we've got Todorovic as our number one. Hopefully, he's going to do a solid enough job. He looks fairly solid-ish, so let's hope he's okay. Then we've got Mandic as our backup, and then backup to the backup, assistant to the assistant is Marko Zivkovic. Those two, to be honest, are very close as to who is actually the backup, but yeah. Anyway, those are the backup guys. Let's go and have a look at central defense, and it's not too bad, I've got to say. Zebic back is a really key thing, I think, because he does link up well with Bacanic, so that's two of the three that have a nice link up. And then, of course, one of the new boys that was already in before this episode was Rakic, and he will be the third choice of the first three, or sort of first choice, I suppose. Hartman, I want him to stay. I want him to be happy. it's up to him if he's going to be happy or not, but let's hope we can win him back around. He is sort of the first backup right now. We've got one of the new boys, Kazina, as an option as well, and then we go down to Karabatic, who jumping reach is now 20. Not quite been the player I was hoping he would be, to be honest. But we'll see what we can get out of him. Now, this is the first kid that's come through our academy that is almost ready for first team football. He's 17, which means he can play now, and so we've got him in the first team squad, and we'll try and give him minutes where we can just to help his development along. And then we've got Smoljo. I still like everything about him except his positioning, and maybe I just need to get past that. And then Karabatic is, if we're absolutely desperate and I can't get rid of him beforehand, then he is there as an option as well. Over to left back, and we've got our two main guys here, Radjakovic, who just plays better than those attributes, doesn't he? We've seen it time and time again. And then Rovers, who has joined us on a permanent deal now, is those two will sort of battle out all season who wants to be first choice left back. Over to right back, and then we've got the two guys again, Pajic, who was again brilliant last season for us, and we've also got Memic, of course, who again was quite solid whenever he played. So those guys will battle that out. We've got Djokovic as well, of course. He can cover in on both sides, but for whatever reason he's not added in there. To defensive midfield, and this is where I think we are definitely a couple of midfielders short. So Dashka is brilliant. We know he does a very solid job for us. He'll be first choice. We know we've got Stankovic to back him up. He's very good, apart from the fact physically he's an absolute just monster. not in a good way. And then we've got Marinic, who has been around the club since day one, and his contract's up at the end of this year. We've never seen him, I don't think, yet, and we probably won't this season unless something goes very wrong. A little bit further forward in midfield, and we've got two guys that were very good for us last year in Persa and in Tregrenic. So those guys will still be first and second choice. And then things start to tail off quite quickly. We've got Viljak, who again was started off in the youth team, not a regen, but certainly has come through the academy. And there is a little bit there. He's only 18. He's by no means hopeless, but is he ready to be first reserve? Absolutely not. And then we go down to guys that are either this is another guy that's 17 that came through in a youth intake. These guys aren't ready, and Mena is hopefully going to leave. So yeah, we definitely need to strengthen midfield before the window closes, and we're taking steps to do that, so don't panic. And then if we go and have a look at striker, we have got Prenic there as one of the first. We've got sort of three first choice guys now. Agulde, you'll notice he is wanted by Dynamo Dresden. Now they're a Bundesliga 2 side. I would sell him for the top end of this of that transfer value. The reason I would do that is that we could very much reinvest that money in the club. So I think that would be a fairly smart move for us to do that. Goalkeeper, he is solid. He didn't really pop up with that many goals for us last year, but without Filet, he is going to have to fill in for us and do a job. And then we've got this Kovacic guy that I signed last season. It's a little bit of a hopeful one. So we'll see if we can't get another striker in, and again we are trying to do that. Then he will get more game time than otherwise we would have wanted. And Filet, he's just here because I can't let him go. The transfer fee is actually not that bad. We could still afford him. He doesn't want to come to us, and that is just really, really disappointing, I've got to say. Come on, Elias, come back to us, mate. So just to catch you up on the finances, you can see we are still in the black for now. Friendlies are really making sure we stay there, to be honest, right now. And then we've got 95 grand to spend. We've still got money in the wages as well. You can see committed spending is a little bit higher. We do have sort of contracts being offered around, and we are trying to strengthen. But yeah, just not quite done in time for this episode to end. And that means we might see new signings next episode when we get the season underway. Now, we want to go to schedule here, so you can see this is how pre-season went. These opponents were chose because of the money that they would give us for going to their place and playing them. But overall, defensively not great, but we're scoring some goals against some decent sides there, so that's good. We start Vukovar, newly promoted. We go there, first game of the season, so that'll be tough. And then it will be Istra, and if we come up against Filet, I will be so just heartbroken. So yeah, we'll see what happens. But that's all for next time, guys. Hopefully you've enjoyed that. If you have, thumbs up, subscribe if you're new, and I'll see you next time as we get our second season in the top flight underway. Take care.